This is a recent study conducted by ICMR and it had some very interesting findings. So it found out that 1 in 5 households in India had all their family members who were obese or rather overweight, that is above their normal BMIs. And this was more prevalent in some of the other states, some of the southern states. For instance, in Kerala, this was 30%. 30% of all households have all obese family members. And in Tamil Nadu, it's much worse. It's 2 in 5 families who have this problem. And what this suggests or what this implying is that even though we would like to think of metabolic illnesses as genetic or hereditary, what you should realize is that habits or the family habits is what is more inherited. If you are unfit or your parents are unfit, it's likely that you will become unfit and your kids will go down the same path unless some sort of a drastic measure is taken. That's because unhealthy habits often tend to happen in a cluster. So this is the main takeaway from this, that instead of focusing on your genetics, you should always be focused on fixing the habits, and that should not be, yes, you should start with yourself, but ultimately it comes down to whole family's habits. And I'll just give you some tips when it comes to maintaining good health in your family. Number one is to prioritize protein, right? Regardless if it's a 70-year-old, if it's a 15-year-old, if it's a 10-year-old, if you're a 30-year-old or a 50-year-old, doesn't matter. Protein is the most critical thing, is the most important macronutrient. And try to get your protein from whole sources. It can be a little bit of tweak, right? It doesn't have to be you taking whey shakes or a lot of paneer and all that. Yes, whenever there's an opportunity to include some paneer, include some paneer. Whenever there's an opportunity for more chicken, include that. Wherever there's a scope for adding more eggs, more eggs. If nothing works, you can definitely add some way to some roti powder or so dosa batter, or find a way to include more protein in your diet. So this is one of the critical things that's missing in an Indian household, and this should work for all the members of the family. Another thing is physical activity. Physical activity is also very important. That one of the things that has changed over the years is the physical activity has gone down considerably. This is irrespective of the urban-rural divide. Physical activity or the calories you burn from physical activity has gone down significantly, and this is something we need to fix on. So regardless of what kind of activity you prefer, obviously strength training has an edge over cardio, but regardless, some sort of an activity is better than none. So walking, cycling, maybe some family time, all of this counts and all of this helps. And this becomes more significant and more important for your old age parents or people in their olden age. And the last thing, or the most non-dietary aspect, is happiness. Avoid stress. If you are in a pressure cooker, you're gonna screw up your health. Even if your physical activity is top notch, your diet is top notch, if you're stressed, if you're constantly unhappy, if you're constantly infighting, you will ruin your health. So at least take care of these 3 things. Rest of them will fall into place. So get yourself fit first and try to make your family fit too. So that's the most challenging part as well, and the most interesting part as well. So yeah, that's the goal.